What's up, everyone? Welcome to the what is it? The fourth episode of the EDL cast? Maybe four or five? Is it four? I'll say four.
Four.
Welcome to the fourth episode of the EDL cast, featuring myself, Drew, Burning, Fry, Fist. Ooh, Wombat is here. Hello, Wombat. It's his first time. And then this man woke up at 5:30 to join us. Shout out to the man himself, Behorn. Thank you for being here, man.
No problem.
5:30. What a mad lad. AM. By the way, not at night, because that wouldn't really. This is a bad sleeping schedule. Okay.
Thank you for the clarification, Caps. No one understood that.
just making
clarification.
Sure. Thank you. See, I know.
I was a bit confused.
All right, so we'll start this off. We'll start this podcast off pretty hot here. What was the best match of week 5/week 4? We'll shove both of them in there. Why not? We'll talk about both the weeks.
Are we talking gold and then into silver? Because I'm gonna
we'll talk about. We'll start off with hard gold here.
I really enjoyed the Wood versus Hazel match. I know I mentioned that.
So
earlier.
we're just talking about the match that everyone wants to talk about right off the bat, because I know everyone wants to talk about this damn match.
I know.
So, for background information, Wood. This guy Wood is probably like the best guy to be around. Super enjoyable dude. He probably shouldn't be in gold, but that's all right. We all love him anyway. And he hasn't had a win. The EDL Season 1 champion, Hazel, also hasn't had a win. And did anyone expect Wood to win? No.
I expected Wood to win.
I voted for Wood.
Yeah, I know, but no one was actually serious. Don't lie.
You ever notice in sports when like two really bad teams are playing, the slightly worse team always manages to win?
As a Knicks fan, I can back that up totally.
I also understand that far too well.
You're talking to a Knicks fan and a Browns fan. I don't know where you can. The more relatable topic.
The Browns are exempt because the Browns, they're exempt from that rule. They never win at any.
All right, this is a Pokemon cast.
Okay.
It's a good topic here.
This
was basically what we like to. Shout out to the Urinating Tree here. What we like to call the ultimate tank bowl, a battle between the bottom seeds. And Wood, he surprised all of us and upset the former champion. Was it due to hacks, you may ask? Yes. The flinch on Weezing.
Very much.
The flinch on Weezing won with the game. He swept the Doug Trio, if you don't know, by the way. FYI.
The game will be playing in the background by now, I believe. So
hopefully, if Plat decides to edit this, can't really blame him if he doesn't. Not really paying him.
He's just gonna save it until after tests, I bet.
Yeah, true. I didn't even give him episode 3 yet.
Shout out to Plat.
Shout out to Plat, great guy.
Plat.
Can't be here, unfortunately. He's doing exams, but school comes first. All right. Well, now let's talk about silver. What was the best match? Can I like shout myself out here and say me versus Togi was a hell of a game?
That was a really good match.
That was just 71 turns of not stall featuring a stall team was incredible. That was just a game.
I watched it, but outside looking in, that sounds like a fib.
It's not. It's not. It was just U-turning the whole game. Both of us were just clicking U-turn the whole game, trying to get momentum. That game was about control, and those are the best games.
If everyone has momentum, does anyone really have momentum?
Another game I want to mention. I want to give Fist the leeway on this one. Wichita Whalelords versus South Bend Snoms. Zen Master versus Wombat. I know Fist has a few things to say about this game.
Oh my god.
First, talk about the set.
So I prepped with Zen, right? I do once in a while. If he reaches out, I'm happy to help. And I was looking at the matchup, and Wombat has Mega Medicham, which, as everyone knows, is a massive threat to anything that comes its way.
Didn't bring it against my game.
You got lucky, punk.
Who did?
I did get very lucky.
But, so, I couldn't figure out a switch in on Zen's team to save my life until I looked at my boy, Yan Mega. Now, you may be thinking, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
But, we all said that about Fist at least once. Don't worry, you can think it too. At least.
But, okay. Running some damage calcs. Yan Mega takes, if it's fully physically defensive, I believe it was 48 to 54 from a Zen Headbutt.
Nothing.
From a Jolly max attack Mega Medicham. And after a protect, it outspeeds. So it can roost, and it can't be hit super effectively by the Medicham anymore. Because it was most likely to run Ice Punch as coverage, Cool Stab, and then Priority. So this Yan Mega, as long as rocks weren't up, and it got critted on the switch-in, was able to 1v1 the Mega Medicham effectively. And it sadly didn't get the chance to do this in the match. But at the end of the game, if it had gotten an air slash punch on the Volcarona, it would have just clean swept half his team with no offensive investment. And to boot, in the actual game, instead of countering the Mega Medicham, it 1v1'd a +2/+2 Grimmsnarl, which was absolutely incredible.
And Grimmsnarl's attack stat is pretty monstrous.
It's
don't
base
forget.
120,
Yeah.
and it was at +2, and it was
And-
taking half from a Spirit Break
Taking, like,
/
less
a
than
Sucker
half.
Punch.
And
That
Mega,
Yen
just,
Mega was beefy. It was
put
really
in
hard to
the
get through.
work.
oh, we have actually his opponent right here. Speaking of which,
The
His
man.
oppo-
Wombat.
Wombat
Let's-
actually could have won the game if not for a crit on his Cosmic Power.
I did win the
Sigilyph.
game.
Well, you could have won.
Could have
it
won the
sooner,
game a
is
lot
what I'm
easier.
saying.
Oh yeah.
Which was also a great set. What was the mindset behind Cosmic Power Sigilyph?
It's set up on Clef super easy, and he had no dark type, so I could just spam stored power.
It's sad that that's
I
all
wish
the
we had
logic you
Cat
need
or-
for that.
I wish we had Cat or JCJ in here because then I would just rub it in their face completely. With the sweat by
Cat
MU.
would be having a bit of an aneurysm.
Oh, he would. And
Shout
JCJ
out to
would
Cat if he's
consider.
watching this.
JCJ would threat to quit Pokemon again. He's definitely not watching this, so I can talk all the smack about him I want.
Hey man, you got a 6-0. You can't diss him now.
Yeah, I know. JCJ, we all love you, pal. Just join the freaking podcast one of these days, bro. We all want you here. Freaking Aussie. All right, so for the next match, I think. Is there any other matches anyone wants to talk about here? I don't really.
I mean, my match wasn't anything really special. So.
You click sub behind Mega Mawile, and if you're wondering,
I
what
go
week,
through.
and if you're wondering what week I'm describing both week 4 and 5. Yes, the exact thing.
We're actually describing week 1, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah,
Make
week
them all
4 was
wild
a little
clicks.
bit rough for me.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that, Wombat.
It's fine. Your team is really scary, and I kind of panicked during prep.
It's fun.
And so
Speaking of which, Mega Mawile is on the chopping block for a ban next season.
I think that's kind of
As in
Jumping
both
the gun.
leads, it is in gold. It is 6 in kills with 8 kills and 4 deaths. In silver, it's 16 kills with 1 death.
and the one death shouldn't even have happened.
in only 4 games. This thing has been on a tier, and has been absolutely insane. Yeah, okay. Jesus.
We're just trying to help. You can't spell. You at least got to be able to speak, man.
Yeah, well, I don't edit or make these videos for a reason. So,
We know.
all right. So I think, well, I'll give that in a transition for next season bans, which I know we're heavily discussing next season bans here. Personally, I know Pokemon that have been mentioned are Urshifu. G-Darm has been mentioned. Also, so we'll talk about those two first. How do you feel personally? I believe G-Darm's fine. Urshifu's another conversation, though. So how do you guys feel about the new Pokemon?
I feel like you can't just group Urshifu as one. I feel like the two different forms are two different topics. They're very
Yeah.
similar, but I feel
One-
like
One move changes them. That's one
Single
move.
Strike versus Rapid Strike. Single Strike's the dark one, right?
Yeah, single
Mhm.
strike. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
dark
I
one.
feel like the dark one is a lot better just because dark is a lot more spammable.
Is it
Going
banned?
into it, I thought the water was going to be better, but in practice, it seems to be a lot
Yeah.
less effective.
And
what
it-
is Wicked Bow's base power?
It's 80, and
80.
it's guaranteed
80,
crit.
120? So, which is nuts. It's
So it's
plus
got-
stab. Plus, we didn't even
Yeah.
put stab into that. It's nuts.
So it's got two highly spammable 120 base power stab moves coming off 130 attack. Pretty good speed. Can't
Pretty good
protect
mon.
against it, so you can't wish protect stall it.
Yeah, on,
Which
on ladder, the only thing
makes it a lot
I've
harder.
been able to do to it is max HP, max defense, Toxapex takes like 48, so it lives with leftovers recover, but that's it.
It's crazy. So personally, I know that thing's on the could be potentially banned, but I'm almost guaranteed the water one's not. What's it called? The surging strike form?
Rapid strike,
Rapid
I
strike.
believe.
I'm almost guaranteed that's not banned. I'm almost guaranteed it's not banned because first of all, just run a Rocky Helmet. It's taking so much damage from a Rocky Helmet, and B, water is very easy to switch into. So I personally think it's fine. But
Plus, most teams have a water immunity, anyways.
Dracovish be like,
Yeah.
Just go into Dracovish. I've disrespected that mon so much this
yeah,
season.
you used it like garbage. You should be ashamed of yourself. I love me some. All right, well that's besides the point here. How about G-Darm? How about you feel about Tactics G-Darm?
I don't think G-Darm should get banned.
I feel like
second that.
tactics shouldn't be allowed.
I
I
personally
think
disagree.
tactics is really good. I don't think there's a reason for that to be banned because I used it in season 2.
You got 2
and
kills with it.
It's easily. I got 8 kills with it.
Same thing.
It's easily
No, it's not.
counterable. In my opinion, it's easily counterable
I don't know about that.
running with the right prep.
All you need to do is predict what move it's going to use, and then it's useless if you
It's
have
a
like a
one-trick
tanky resist.
Yeah, but see, the 4 moves it does use, which is basically Flare, Blitz, Icicle, Crash, U-Turn, Earthquake, they all do so much for the Mon, though. It may be a one-trick pony, but it's a damn straight good one.
It's got
That's
a
true.
decent bit of coverage, and there's a lot you can do with Zen mode sets if you want to get creative with it. My big problem is a lot of time a resist still isn't a switch in.
Yeah,
Because
I-
if you
Yeah.
run a band and use it as a wall breaker instead of a cleanup mon, it has next to no switch ins. If you send in your Rotom Wash, let's say, expecting to be able to counter the G-Darm,
that was
and
my
it
G-Darm switching.
superpowers on the switch, you take 85%.
Is that max
if you're
event?
A lot of damage.
I know that from experience in my wonderful Uber League I love to talk about.
Yeah, G-Darm is very good, so we're definitely going to be voting on that.
Well, I mean, I think it's
Yeah,
just
I
one
think
of
it's
those
a
mons
very
where you
good
can
Pokemon.
stack something and then revenge kill it.
Fry, based on what you just said in the comments, I don't believe Megalop is worth banning, personally. It's really good, but not, like, bannable in my take, if anyone
It's a
want to...
top tier
I just don't
mega.
have a switch in
It's
for it.
incredibly fast. I don't think it has the raw power to be worthy of a ban, though.
People overestimate how hard it hits very hard, but it's not like...
It's reasonably hard, though.
If
Yeah.
it got a better form of setup than like workup, then yes.
If it had
I'm
sword
making
stance,
work
I
up
think
work
it'd get
this
banned.
season. So speak for yourself. I'm making it
Work
work.
up,
God,
cosmic
agility.
power,
Does it get
crest.
agility? Does opening
I
it?
think it got
does.
agility.
I mean, I don't know why you need
Pretty
it,
sure it
but...
has agility. It definitely didn't even get agility. It's always had agility.
Now let's talk about
Yeah,
my
it has
favorite
agility.
subject here. What Pokemon I want to bring back? Kyurem Black with no Dragon Dance, and then Darkrai with no Sleep. How do we feel about these two things?
Darkrai with no sleep, like no Dark Void.
No Dark Void, no
No
Hypnosis.
access to like
No
hypnosis
access
and
to
dark
sleep
void,
moves.
yeah. So it can't
But
take
that's
advantage
not-
of bad dreams.
That's not the reason that it's like banned though, because nobody runs Hypnosis or Dark Void on it.
I feel like everybody runs Hypnosis or Dark Void on it, if I'm being honest. I don't
Now
really
that you
see it
say that,
without it.
Fry, since they nerfed Dark Void,
How'd they nerf it, by the way? I did
it's
not...
accuracy. It's 50% accurate.
Oh, holy shit, wait, what? That was like 80.
It used to be. It used to be 85% accuracy. And that's
Damn.
why they changed it so Smeargle can't use the move anymore. And they reduced its accuracy.
We might not even have to ban Sleep on that thing.
Yeah, I thought you were aware of that.
I was not, actually. So that kind of makes... I still think we should ban Sleep on it, but I don't think we should ban them on itself. And if you
don't think it hits hard enough to justify it being banned.
Exactly, I
compare it
absolutely agree.
To Coco, honestly.
I
Except
as
Coco is a
well.
lot more versatile. It's a little faster, and it has better coverage since it can hit from both sides.
Its defenses are the exact same. Like, they're basically the exact same thing.
They're
Coco
pretty
and
close, yeah.
Darkrai's defenses
It
are
has the
same thing.
exact same defenses as Lurantis, and I don't think anyone's complaining about Lurantis.
I am complaining about Lurantis, goddammit.
I mean, I never have, but I will if you want me to.
Facts.
Great.
If
Just gotta
Lurantis had
ask.
+7... If it adds 70 more speed to Lurantis, it's like an OU Mon. No, I'm just kidding. Probably not. But it's Lurantis.
No, but
Wait, does Superpower
it's a
work with
very
Contrary?
good mon. Wait, what, Caps?
Yes.
Does Superpower work with Contrary? Yo!
Yes.
Yeah. That's Malamar's entire thing. How
that's a
did you not know
set.
that?
I don't know. Superpower?
Have you never
with-
seen Scamp play?
I don't know why. It's late. I mean, I'm not a late night thinker. I'm sorry. Cut me some slack here.
That's
Plat,
I think you
Edit
meant to
edit
say
that out.
you're not a thinker.
Edit that out.
You know he's not going to now.
Yeah, I know. Plat's Plat. Why are you gonna do this to me, man?
No, here, let me pull this up quick because I've been using Darkrai in that Ubers League I mentioned before. So, Darkrai isn't overpowering by any means, but it has very nice coverage.
Oh
So
yeah.
let's see here. It's got just from the special side, it's got Focus Miss, it's got Ice Beam, Sludge Bomb,
Men run Blizzard.
Facial Rend is some nice tech. It's got T-Bolt, and then it has some more obscure stuff like Incinerate. I believe it has Shockwave if you are crazy and don't want to run T-Bolt. Yep.
Lord
And
of Time.
if we don't ban sleep moves, it has
We are
Dream Eater
probably
for the
banning
Mad
sleep
Lads.
moves. See, my issue with Darkrai. No, the thing why I think we should have Darkrai is we're basically giving. In my opinion, I don't want to sound outrageous here, but Darkrai without sleep is Coco without an ability. In my opinion, kind of.
Coco's not as grossly strong because it doesn't have.
Coco
like-
has terrain.
Electric Terrain boosts it by show me your
30%.
specs, wild charge, switch it, and then not a ground
Specs
type.
Wild Charge.
Banded. I'm banded. I'm out of my mind.
No.
Right now. Plat, edit that
Coco
out too.
from
like-
the physical side hits about as hard.
Yeah.
That is
For your argument, Fry, let me take a look at tier 1 quick.
My
Oh,
issue
this
with
is what we were
Darkrai
talking about.
Is it gets nasty
Alakazam.
plot?
Alakazam was the
thing.
comparison we were making.
Yeah.
Alakazam sucks.
is almost the same speed tier, the
Its
same
bulk
power,
is way worse than
a lot
Darkrai, though.
frailer, worse
Actually,
coverage.
on the special side, it's better on the special side.
It has less HP though, so it about evens out.
Yeah.
Good point. And
So,
Alakazam, we're talking
take a
about
look
moving
at
it down. because it
Zam
sucks.
is going to be a tier 2, 1,000,000%. Let's just count up coverage here. Zam
trying to-
has D-Gleam, Energy Ball, Focus Blast.
Not Thunderbolt.
No,
Shadow
it has Shockwave though. It
Zap
has Shadow
Cannon.
Ball. It has Signal Beam. Am I missing any other type coverage here? I don't think so. We don't count physical because we're not men. We don't run physical Zam. Great.
See, I don't
So
want to go banning every move on Darkrai. Like I don't like Nasty
No.
Claw on it makes it
Because then
really
if you-
good.
And a lot of stuff, then what's
But
If
you
it doesn't have
point of
Nasty
having
Plot,
them
it's just a
on?
bad mon at that
But if,
point.
you, but if you run Nasty Plot
Mhm.
Darkrai, it gets killed by any Scarfer though. That's the thing.
Exactly.
It gets killed by a good majority of tier 1 Scarfers, except for like Melmetal. But
All right,
Blissey.
but let me just take a look through this.
Blissey's
Zam
not a
has
tier 1.
6
yeah,
good coverage
yeah.
options outside of Stab. And Darkrai has Focus Blast, Ice Beam, Sludge Bomb,
it gets Dragon coverage, which is
Ren.
not very common.
T-Bolt, Incinerate.
Incinerate does not count.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
For Scizors? For Ferrothorns?
All right, fair.
Yeah,
Fair.
It's not
That's bad.
common coverage,
I
but
love
it's
how we have
reliable
that.
when you need it. So they've got about the same amount of coverage options.
That's fair.
Alakazam is just a slightly worse Darkrai.
If we're
Yeah,
doing
that's
that,
why Alakazam's getting moved down next season. Spoilers, maybe. Probably. We have to vote on it, but
It's 1,000,000% getting voted down.
we
I
don't like it.
doesn't.
Alakazam is going to go undrafted every draft is in. It's not. It's not. It's not good in tier 1. This is
Everyone's
millions,
agreed that it's not worth drafting in tier 1.
Yeah.
Pup
We
just took
tested
it
it.
because he hates Blacephalon.
Which Hoopa Unbounds undrafted in gold. Take that. Big fan of Hoopa.
He wanted speed, was his argument.
He has Galvantula. What? He has
I don't
webs.
know.
Hoopa with webs is a dream. All right, getting off topic here. But how about? All right, we'll talk about the mon that I am personally banking on. Kyurem Black. My love for this Pokemon is insane. I adore this thing. And without Dragon Dance, I believe it's balanced. How do you guys feel about this?
170 attack with Z moves is so
Yeah.
incredibly hard to deal with. It's got decent speed. It's got solid coverage.
No,
It has a very good special stat,
Sucks.
still caps.
Yeah, that's okay.
You
But-
can tech on a minus defense or Spadef nature instead of special attack and
Then you're
tech something
frail.
on and still hit really hard.
My defense of Z move here is if it was Freezy like season 1 was, I could understand it because you don't know. But with it knowing it has a Z move, then it's much easier to counter. I mean, something's still taking a shit ton of damage, but that's the same with Pokemon
Yeah.
like Hoopa and Landorus, though. Just Landorus doesn't hit hard, and it doesn't hit as hard, and Hoopa is not as fast. Some Z moves are just a part of the game that. I say Blacephalon, honestly. A lot of Pokemon just hit hard with Z moves. Kyurem just happens to be one of them. They can still be played around, in my opinion, anyway.
I'm on the fence about it.
If
If it gets allowed, I won't be upset, but I don't think I'll vote to allow it.
I think I've convinced a good majority of the server that Darkrai should be allowed. I've done a very good job advertising that.
I've always just thought Darkrai strong, don't allow, but when you
Fry.
actually start thinking about it, it makes a lot of sense to allow
Fry,
it.
what are you on? Sorry, Fry. Can you explain yourself for that? I want to hear that because I've seen it used once. I've used it in season 2, and it had no switch-ins. Sheer Force Landorus has no switch-ins. Would you like to explain your thought process here?
no, I just posted it. No,
Was it just meant to be a joke, Fry?
Was it
posted
just meant
for
to-
no particular
Was
reason.
it just meant to be a lol? Like, okay,
I don't know.
then.
I really like Seer Force Lando, and I don't think it's particularly.
Oh, I think
It's a
very
top
broken.
tier.
I don't
Tier
think
1.
it's particularly broken.
I
And
agree.
also,
Top tier.
It got It got banned from OU for a reason.
I
The only
agree.
thing is,
Even without sheer
only-
force, it's a borderline tier 2 to tier 1.
I agree.
No, without shift force, it's a tier 2. It needs sand heavily.
I think Sand Force is good enough to be tier 1, honestly.
I
Like,
do
that's
not.
my actual opinion. I think
I
that
take it
thing-
over Thundurus.
Yeah. Especially in a league with no hidden power, I think it's a very strong Pokemon.
We ain't got hidden power here. No hidden power.
And with
Yeah,
Z
thankfully.
moves, that thing, Z Earthquake, can like shred defensive cores.
You're talking about Z Earthquake. What about its other typing?
Yeah, exactly.
If you run Z Fly,
There's
then
not many switch-ins.
I don't know what to tell you.
Well, shoot. Alright, so for our next change,
Or run it with terrain and give it acrobatics and like Psychic Seed.
I'm pretty sure it can't trigger
It doesn't.
Psychic Seed because it's flying.
And it doesn't
yeah,
learn
yeah.
acrobatics. Otherwise, Lando would be running around all the time with acrobatics.
Yeah,
I
facts.
thought it learned acrobatics. Guess I
No,
was
I
wrong.
wish it did.
Now, I think next we need to talk about the menace in both leagues here. The tier 2 menace. Any guesses?
Let me take a look.
I don't know what
here.
we're talking about.
Somehow
The tier
not
two-
a Zoomeril.
Conkeldurr.
Nurgle?
Close. Conkeldurr definitely should be. We were discussing Conk heavily, but I think it's a really good tier 2.
I think it's a top tier 2.
Come on,
I don't
guys.
think it's
You're
worth a
not. You can't guess the top tier threat, guys.
I'm
on.
trying to look here.
Cuh. I'm cold, guys. Kiram, thank
Base,
you.
base Kira.
I think it's unanimous that Kiram should be in tier 1 after its display in both silver and gold this season. This thing has
I
been
thought it should have
insane.
been beforehand.
You're probably
Mhm.
right about that. I think we all underestimated the power of Kiram.
Absolutely. Freeze Dry
Yeah.
alone was enough to move it up to tier 1, but then it got Dragon Danced and actual Ice Stab for the physical side.
No, that's not. Ice Spear is not. No, it's not Ice Stab. I refuse to call it Ice Stab. I refuse.
Base 50 Ice move is stronger than 2-turn base 140 Ice move. You can't debate that.
Yes, I can.
Okay, run a damage calc for the first turn
Yeah,
of
but
free
50
shot
but 50
and tell
and
me
fi-
when it does more damage than Icicle Spear.
Because 50 and 50 is 100. 140 is more than 100. Math.
I said the first turn.
Oh, well, yeah, no shit. It does 0.
Exactly. That's my
Yeah.
point.
That's not a good.
You have an unreliable Ice Stab, but it's better than no Ice Stab. So if you want to
Nah,
run Dragon
I'll-
Dance, you have the option for Ice move and Ice move.
Yeah. The next Pokemon I want, I think we're all for. Fist is gonna say, I called this one too. Buzzwole to tier 1. Yeah, Fist, you told us so. Yada,
Yeah, everybody argued with me when I said it.
yada.
Everybody argued.
Another Pokemon who's been a beast in both gold and silver. This thing has been a pain.
You being lost to it before Ode.
Cuban lost to a lot of
Pick
things. What's your
one.
point? Cuban lost to a lot.
That's valid.
You're not wrong.
Cubans lost to a good majority of things.
No, but just looking at what it got in DLC, reliable fighting stab alone was enough to move it up.
Fist, that was an awesome segue to DLC.
Oh, we're gonna talk about some DLC stuff now?
Can I say Glarian Slowbro is a massive disappointment.
You don't like it? I thought it looks pretty cool.
It looks
Oh
cool,
no.
sucks.
I like the way it looks. I don't think it's as good as we all had hoped it'd be. It's got a nice gimmick ability, but man, that gimmick can bite you in the ass.
Or it can basically make you win. It's one of the it's 30-70 if you're on quick haul.
We aren't sure if it stacks yet, though.
That's right, we are not sure.
Yeah.
Even
'Cause
if
I
we
know-
we can't test it.
When I was playing on Showdown with Cat, it may have been coincidental, but we never had the Quick Claw pop when we had it with Quick Draw. It was always
really
activating. Yeah.
interesting. I want to
So-
try this later. Not
Yeah.
tonight, but eventually we should definitely try it because I'm very interested. But I really
I
want to
try it in game at some point.
Personally, I think it's a bottom tier 3. If I'm being honest,
I don't think it's bottom tier 3. It's
I-
definitely a tier 3, though.
Mamula Moa and Amoongus are both better than at what it does.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not going to argue with that. But it has offensive potential, too. Unlike a
Amoongus has offensive potential too, though. It
Yeah,
can
that's
be
why
offensive.
I didn't say Amoongus. Because Amoongus has decent attacking stats, decent coverage.
Foul play, you could drain Sludge Bomb, Stomping Tantrum. That's its coverage.
Screw your Heatran.
Yeah, let's live a hit first, then we'll talk.
No, on the
Not wrong.
switch in.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Then you hit him with
switcher.
Choice Banded Tantrum.
Show me your switching.
Or you Sludge Bomb as they go into the Heatran, and then you get the doubled power Tantrum. And then you dodge a Magma Storm and Yoko him. Easy.
Or you can just run Sashed or Fireberry.
Yeah, Akaberry works too. Or let's be real here, it's an Amoonguss. It probably eats a hit anyways.
Oh,
Depending
I
on
don't
your
know
investment.
about that. I don't know. I know Mugus is strong, but I don't know about that.
AV though?
AV could work. AV could work.
Giga, Sludge, Tantrum. Or no. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Matchup dependent.
Yeah. So we're talking about a lot of starters recently getting moved up. I know 2 starters we definitely want to move up is Primarina from 3 to 2, and then Rillaboom from 2 to 1.
And I am adamant about Blaziken from 4 to 3.
I doubt that's happening, but if you want to keep
I
pushing it, you can keep
completely
pushing
agree.
it.
I don't know how you leave it in tier 4.
About
Honestly,
Delphox.
it's so much better
Oh,
than
Delphox
Ember
Good,
is
now.
good call. Delphox.
Oh, yes, we did say that too.
Mon's such a beast.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know. Too bad.
Caps is using it wonderfully this season.
Why, thank you.
No, but Caps, you saw how much Blaziken got with DLC, right?
Yeah, definitely. Proceeds to pull up the LC move list.
Yeah, just take a look. Even U-turn alone is massive for it.
I feel
It's
like a lot of
capable
things
of
that
running
U-turn, though.
physical and special. It can be a
Oh.
defogger if you really need it in a matchup, which it
Yo, it got
obviously
heat
hates to run
crash?
it.
Yo. Alright, this thing's moving up. It got heat crash, dog. Shit.
It also got close combat.
Yeah, that's besides
Finally.
the point. That's besides the point. It got heat crash. That's what matters here.
The Mad Lads run Aura Sphere instead of the new close combat, though.
We'll definitely vote about it. Moving Blaziken up. I think it'll be a close one. I do think it has a chance, though.
I think it's such a great mixed attacker, and now that it has U-turn, it's worthy of tier 3. If Emboar is tier 3, Blaziken with DLC moves should be tier 3.
So maybe we'll move on to our next segment, which I definitely didn't come up with the top of my head. I don't have a name for it. Just transactions, because we've had a few transactions in gold and we had a trade in silver. So we'll start with gold first. How do you feel about Pup's move? I've already stated I don't like it, but we'll Cephalon for Alakazam.
What does he get? He
He
gets Alakazam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely an interesting move for his team, but I feel like depending on the match, Blacephalon just hits a wider range of things.
It
I
hits so
agree.
much harder than Zam does.
Zam's just not. I know it's fast, but I don't want to hear that excuse.
Yeah, that was his reasoning, though, is he hated Blacephalon and he wanted more speed, so he took Zam.
Hold
It
on.
was
Let
the
me
only
go
thing
into
really
tier
left
1
to take.
real quick.
Yeah, I don't know
Dragonite,
what is remaining in there.
Dragapult's there now. Kartana. There's really not much, to be fair.
Yeah,
Zapdos.
Thundy Eye.
Yeah, it's not much.
Let me
Yeah.
just say, when I had Blacephalon on my team, I felt like I was forced to run Scarf.
Wait, when you had it, do you not have it anymore?
No, I got Volk for it.
Which is
Oh,
a
really?
hell of a trade.
Did I update the admining? It's not always good.
Doesn't update the doc.
No,
I
just
think
didn't-
Volcarona is an incredible mon. One of
Alright,
the
now
best
it's
fire
updated.
types
We're
you
good.
can have.
I agree. Volcarona is amazing. The fact that we almost put Volcarona in tier 2 should be
Makes
a
me
crime.
want to just beat people
Yeah.
on this server.
Especially with boots.
It was, what, 1 or 2 votes off?
It was so close. That was crazy.
I was sweating bullets. I was going to have to take it pick 1.
Facts, though.
Would have
That's
ruined
what-
my draft plan,
So next
which
we got
got
Giles.
ruined anyways.
Giles actually, did what he was supposed to do a few weeks ago and make his transactions. God damn it. But he dropped Polt for Zygarde 50. We know how the first episode was called Everyone Hates Polt, so thumbs up to that. Dropping Rotom
Big
for
thumbs up.
Decidueye. And I think those were 2 amazing drops for his team. I'm a big fan of both of those.
For context, going into it, he had Dragapult and Zeraora, which, in my opinion,
That sucks.
was incredibly redundant and not worth having.
And I also want to say I'm gonna take shots here, Haru. I said this in your goddamn power ranking. I'm gonna say it goddamn now. You had Blue and Zeraora. That's an amazing combo, and you dropped it for fucking Dragapult, dude. Seriously? Ugh. And
He was
then you
on
debated
some
with me after why it's a good
crazy
move.
shit, man.
I mean, Dragon Ball's it's a good Pokemon, but just
Not on that
need-
team.
yeah, you need not like support, but you need to have definitely something for it to do stuff.
Dragapult's good at just cleaning up. It's not a good breaker, and his team needed a breaker. It's not a good breaker. It's good
And
at cleaning
Bulu
up.
is an incredible breaker.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He does have Terrakion. He does have Terrakion, which hasn't done anything this whole season. So
I feel like that happens to Terrakion a lot, even though it's
last
a great
season,
mon.
it was incredibly well used by Natsu. So it was one of the killers.
It made me lose a match against him.
Drew, a lot of things made you lose last season. I don't really see your point. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Had to go there.
Can I just say that Guile/Haru's kill leader is BHM?
Really?
Yeah,
Is it actually?
it's BHM.
How many kills does it have?
4 kills in 1 game, 2 games. What a goat! What a goat!
Wow.
Nice.
Love me some BHM. All right, so we'll move on to silver trades here. There was only one.
The whole
feature.
reason you made this section.
Shut the hell up! You're not wrong. Shut the hell up! You're not. So JCaps traded Gliscor to Prince for Togekiss. I won't talk about this, so I'll let you guys talk here. I won't be biased. Take
You
it
were
away.
very redundant in the Rune plus Gliscor, and as you said yourself many times, there was never a reason to bring both of them. So I think it was a good trade. For Prince, I am just completely lost on why he decided to get rid of his fairy type. For those that don't know, Prince has a mono Gen 4 team. I don't know what other fairy he expects to get for his team, but
Mime
I
Junior.
don't think there is one.
Mime
Yeah.
Junior. Yes, there is.
where there's a will, there's a way.
Fizz, talk about the other
Fairy
part of the
type
trade.
Arceus.
Talk about the other Pokemon on his team.
Do we really want to go there?
We have to, right?
Yeah, we kind of have to.
All right, I'll
Well, he
break the
dropped
news.
Regigigas, so he's terrible, right?
What
That's
a
given?
monster. And he also has Garchomp. Garchomp with Gliscor, with Roserade, with Staraptor, with Mamo, which does get thick fat, but this is probably the most type weakness in Silver, I think. I don't really think there's a team that's weak to a type more than he's weak to Ice, I believe.
Um,
Don't give me that
yeah.
excuse he has Heatran, because that doesn't count.
but Heatran
Might
is
count.
quad resistant to ice.
Heatran doesn't want to... That's true, it is, but like...
It's a
you
good
can't
thing
have-
he has the Mamoswine, because oh my god, if he faced one.
Facts. Mamoswine runs his team.
I feel like that happens to a lot of teams. Like every other team I draft, I look at the type matchup doc and I go, huh, Mamo wins. I feel like just
Yeah,
that ground
my-
ice coverage makes Mamoswine such a good mon.
You know what Pokemon beats it, though? The best tier 1. Skarmory. So, yeah. Yeet.
Ugh. Skarmory.
Skarmory.
Lame.
I think he didn't get Blissey.
It's all fun
Yeah.
and games until the Iron Ball Mamo watches the Skarmory roost in front of it.
Not wrong.
You ain't wrong about that. I'll tell you that much. You ain't wrong. All right.
Damn, I gotta draft Mamo again just so I can do that to you, huh?
So, anyone have any suggestions of what we want to talk about here?
Do we
the
want to talk about the
DLC.
DLC moves?
Yeah, I feel like it should have been obvious. Yes, we shall. Do we have a list we can pull up?
Yes, we do. Done by yours truly, Burning, who hasn't said a word, and I don't know how Mike
He's
is
probably
muted.
a busy man right now.
He's probably just not
I
trying to
forgot
wake
that
up.
I
his
was
family.
muted.
Are you
You
kidding me?
actually muted the whole time?
I was muted for a while there because we had alarms and stuff going off, but it's fine. Yes, I put together an entire move distribution list.
What
But Jake
channel
has
do you have
deleted
that
off
in
the
now?
doc. Yeah, I deleted it.
Oh,
To not
should've-
confuse people. Sorry, I told you, right?
I should have pinned it in the DLC discussion.
Yeah,
Want to do that right now?
I did, in fact, pin it.
And we will talk about them as we go down. Also,
All
Brian,
right.
why is Alolan Raichu not a suitable user of Expanding Force?
That's a good point.
That's stab.
Yeah.
So every mon in here should have it highlighted?
No, but like Alolan Raichu
Sure.
is just Alolan Raichu. It goes zoom zoom bleep bleep wop.
Not
I've
in
been
that
using
terrain.
I mean-
Specs Alolan Raichu on Showdown, and it's a beast.
It really is.
It's disgusting.
It doesn't really have a switch in. I want to see how much it does to a Ferrothorn.
Round
to be
type.
honest.
Because electric, psychic, and water coverage is all you need.
Ferrothorn's just there sipping a bottle of water, just chilling.
You gotta hit Focus Blast to kill a Pharaoh, never even risk risk it. Let's be real.
Yeah, there's no point.
Right.
So I think we'll talk about Bernie. If you want to take it on this segment, since you did make the doc, you can knock yourself out, mate.
No, I'm good.
You sure? All right.
All
Never
right, let's
fear.
start off.
For
round
I
one.
am here. Okay, Fist is doing it, I guess. Cool.
I'll start off with expanding force because I want to talk about how terrifying Lele is going to be once it gets this move. Everybody has been taking a dump all over Lele.
Actually cubing.
It's all fun and
Exactly.
games.
Everyone's been saying it's bad. Everyone's saying it's outclassed now. Lele's going to come back with a vengeance, like it never even got pushed out of fashion once it gets this move. Unless you're a dark type, then you still switch in, I guess.
What is expanding force? I'm not really looking forward to the DLC because I don't want to learn all this stuff.
So, expanding force is one of the new moves made to abuse terrains. It's base 80 power, and then when it's under terrain, it gets a 50% boost in power, plus the other 30% boost from terrain. And while it doesn't matter in draft, it goes to a spread move when you're also in heavy
sounds
terrain.
Really
That's
good.
ridiculous. That is
It's
awful.
Pretty
incredible.
much what we're telling me is just like doubles its entire power. Rain boost.
Basically,
Sounds really good.
it's going to
I
be
mean,
very
to be
good
fair, though,
on
Rising Voltage
PvD
is
and
that
double.
just better.
Rising
Bad
voltage
cubing
is
can't
different,
have it.
though. Let's go to that. Rising voltage, the target has to be in terrain for it to get the boost.
That's
So
interesting.
if you're up against something that's flying or levitating or whatever, you don't get the double in power, which is a hindrance in certain matchups. But generally speaking, it's still going to be absolutely incredible.
I mean, if something's
Coco and
flying, it
Nitro.
doesn't want to take an electric move, then does it till I score.
Exactly. That's why, for the most part, it's not a big deal, but there's certain matchups where it makes it hard to justify bringing the move over T-Bolt. So next up is a pretty terrible move. We got Steel Roller, which, for those that don't know, it's 130 power, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Uh,
And what it does is it only works if terrain is up, and in the process of being used, it destroys the terrain. So, it has some potential niche uses, but there's never a reason to run it. Realistically.
Bronzong loves this move.
Eh,
Think about it,
it's got Gyro Ball already, though, and it's dirt slow.
yeah, I'm trying to make this move into a good thing. I don't really see how it can be used.
who's gonna get it?
We have a list
It's
of
mostly steel types. Do you see this doc? It's
a
pinned
Zoomer
in DLC discussion. Try.
Shackle.
Does
Shuckle gets
Lucario
it.
get it? I could see it being useful if Lucario got it.
Magarna gets it because Magarna needs any more of good moves. You know,
I
just
don't see
give
Lucario on
Magarna
here.
a
Try.
good move. Why not?
We're banning Magirna, right?
Yeah, don't
Magarna
worry.
is not
We've already
allowed.
tested that. Magarna's done. Yeah, Steel Roller is kind of a shit move. Don't get me wrong. It can be a cool gimmick maybe for a matchup against
In
like,
draft,
a
I
Tapu.
could see it getting used in niche scenarios.
Against
but-
the Tapu.
Outside of that, no. Just
Can I say Defog is going to
Ooh,
become the most
Sandshrew
used
gets it.
move. Get rid of these damn terrains, dude. Honestly.
yeah. It's
Wait,
like
Defog
they
gets rid
were
of
ready
terrain?
to buff terrain.
Yeah. Defog gets rid of terrain.
I did
Yeah,
not know
they
that.
changed that. This gen, right? That was this gen, or was that 7th gen?
Yeah, this gen was a big middle finger to Tapu Lele. I mean, Finny.
The only Pokemon I could see this being useful for is Solgaleo, and that's not going to be in.
And
What are
Delusion.
you talking about? I'm drafting Solgaleo round 1 next season.
Alright, we don't have too much time left here, so let's move on to the next move here.
All right. Next up, we got Skill Shot, which is base 25 dragon move, and it hits 2 to 5 times. And at the end of the move, it gives you +1 speed, -1 defense. So it's a very unreliable dragon move that gives you a speed boost at the cost of defense, which
Any
means
skill
it's
linkers
not
that get it?
nothing with skill link or technician gets the move as of
I
right
went
now.
against a sub. I want to say, does Tyranitar get the move? Because I feel like that's what used it on me.
No.
Haxorus does.
Yeah,
That's
Haxorus,
huge.
sub
That's huge.
Haxorus, and
Oh.
it completely swept me after it got that.
That's huge. That's kind of like a beast boost, kind of. If it, like something just like if something just has low health, he's coming with Haxorus, click that move, he gets +1 speed. It's like a beast boost. Give me that beast
Yeah.
boost.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Boost.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
Dragon
pretty
getting
good.
it.
Speed boost is. Ugh.
Always
why
terrifying.
But why does not run Dragon? That's my issue here. Why not?
Exactly.
Same with
There's
like
not-
Kyurem. Why does not run? I mean, on Dragalge it's cool because it doesn't get Dragon Dance. But
Exactly. There's some very niche mons who will
Crook.
enjoy using it, and there's
Crook.
some other
Like
mons who in
masculine.
niche matchups will enjoy using it.
Crook and
Like-
No, never mind.
Crook would
Crook
love
loves
to
it.
use this mon. If you're a Moxie set and you can finish something off with this, you're going
Plus-
to town afterwards.
Double beast boost.
It's like you're getting a Dragon Dance off if you get a kill with it.
I can see Drampa using it for memes. If I'm being honest, because like that thing.
Things
I
like
don't know.
Drampa and Dragalge that don't get a
Tornado.
speed boost move
Oh, never mind
can
then.
definitely take advantage of it.
Especially in a draft league, if you're facing off against a slow team and you just want a speed creep, I think it could be really
Exactly.
helpful.
Yeah.
Or let's see here, what else is on here?
Not against
Wishy-washy.
speed the team. That wouldn't work.
Not against Speed the team. Speed the team.
Speed the team will always be my best draft ever.
We know, Fist.
For
We
anyone
know.
that hasn't seen it, I'm not going to tell you the team.
It's
But
Speed
my
the
average
team.
speed is 132.
Hell yeah.
Insane.
Speed. All right, so move on to the next move. And personally, my favorite move here, Meteor Beam.
Cool name.
I love this move. It is incredibly niche.
Oh, we have to go over all of these.
Doesn't always work.
Yo, we gotta speed this up.
Yeah. So Meteor Beam is
Hold on a sec.
kind of like Skull Bash. It's a charge move, but on the first turn of charge, you get a special attack boost. And then on the second turn, you send off 120 base power special rock move. It is incredible for some mons, but
Does
on
Power
most, it's
Blade
absolutely
work on it?
useless. My favorite way to use it right now has been Starmie, because after all these years of Starmie being around, it finally has a way to reliably boost its special attack if it's a power Meteor Beam set. And
That's
on ladder, no one seems to expect it yet, so you just lead with it and kill something. And it
I also,
is
It's very
Great.
interesting.
I also like it on Corsola and Trick Room because I think Corsola is very underutilized, especially on
Yes,
Trick
it
Room
is.
teams.
100% agree.
Also, by the way, I'm gonna make a decision here and say we're not doing all of these in one. There's 18 of them, so I say we do 9 and 9 personally, if that's cool with everybody.
I'm fine with that.
It's cool.
Because I think we should go more in depth instead of rushing through it
Yeah,
agree.
we can leave. We have some really interesting ones at the end, so
for sure. Well, especially I think is the one that everyone wants to talk about, which will be probably the main topic next episode. But
coaching,
yeah, that one. So
one that
we're
doesn't
getting-
work in singles.
Now let's go to the moves everyone's dreading. The terrain moves. And of course, like usual, Missy Terrain gets fucked yet again with the terrain moves. with terrain.
I don't know
Of
what you're
course.
talking about. Misty Explosion is going to take lives.
Dude, Tapu
Weezing-
Fini gets a middle finger every time, I swear to God.
It really does. But aside from
It
that,
deserves it.
Galarian Wheezing can
That's
set
gonna be
its
funny.
own
That's gonna
terrain,
be funny.
have a spec set, and absolutely annihilate something with this move.
Show me your goddamn switching.
My thing that I don't understand about this move is why they made it 100 base power and only let you get the full 200 if you're in Misty terrain. Because that kind of breaks the point of a suicide move like self-destruct and explosion.
It
If you're
makes
not
it very
guaranteed
boring.
to get the whole reason to do it. It
I
realistically
agree.
makes Weezing the only good user of the move
Nah,
until
bro,
Tapu Fini
Sylveon.
gets it.
Tapu Fini doesn't get it.
Why
Tap-
would
That's
you go for Misty Explosion when you can just use Specs Pixelate Hyper Beam on Sylveon? And then let something set up an SD and sweep you.
That's a good point, you know.
Exactly. All right.
Why not?
I think that's
Banded
about.
Pixelate Tackle.
So what's next? Next up,
Ooh.
we got my
We
favorite
got a
move
massive one.
out of these terrain moves because it's the only move that's good but not busted. Grassy Glide. I think it's a very well balanced, well done move.
I wouldn't call the other two busted.
Please tell me you're joking.
Not at all.
All right. Well,
If
let's
you
talk-
can give a base 120 or, well, 110 now move to other types, what's the problem with giving it to these ones now?
I get. So, what do you think about Grassy Glide here? I think it makes Rillaboom a tier 1 first of all. Here,
Easily.
It definitely does.
it was already kind of a tier 1 in the first place, but now it's just official.
I think
It is-
Rillaboom was one of those mons that if you put it in tier 2, it wasn't going to be a huge deal, but it could easily go tier 1 as well. But now it has to be tier 1.
Wait, what does this move do?
So
70
it's-
base power, automatic priority. Oh, sorry, Fist. In terrain.
he covered it.
In any terrain or just grassy terrain?
Grassy.
So
That would
it
be-
basically gives Rillaboom stab super strong priority so it can destroy setup sweepers. And it is phenomenal.
Does Rillaboom have fire
Really
coverage
good.
yet?
Great. What, Frey?
Does Rillaboom have fire coverage yet?
No.
It does not.
So, our boy Escavalier is still number one Rillaboom counter.
I suppose it is.
I mean, I'd rather have a Scizor to counter it so I can
second
recover.
that.
But who needs recovery when you're chilling in their grassy terrain?
Right?
Yep, so we'll go over next move here. I don't want to talk about this move because once Tapu Koko gets it, it's over. Rising Voltage. How do we feel about the... God.
I mean, we already talked about Rising Voltage.
What does it do?
We did? Oh, is that a reference
Yeah,
to,
we talked about it at the start with
oh,
Expanding Force.
yeah, we did. That's true. It's like, they're honestly like a very similar...
Yeah, but Fry, Rising Voltage doubles in power if the target is touching electric terrain. This is the most broken one. Caps,
What
I'm
is the
gonna
base
I'm gonna go
power?
back on what I said before. Expanding Force is fine. Rising Voltage is kind of busted.
What is the
Neither of them
base
are fine.
Expanding Force is a 50% boost, so it's a 120 base power move. There's plenty of mons that get 120 base power moves, but this is 140 with no drawback.
Wow.
That's like
Fuck
dropping
that.
Dracos in 5th gen
Without the
without getting a special attack drop. Thankfully, it's electric type that gets the busted one, so at least
Yeah.
you can switch in your ground type.
So now, basically, everyone has to have a Gastrodon, or they're going to lose to that or Dracovish in draft.
Vish.
You get a Gastrodon,
Mr.
and you get a
Fish.
Gastrodon.
Tapu Koko doesn't get this. That's pretty good.
Oh, it will.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
wait.
Fry.
will.
This list is everything that's in Gen 8 right now. We
will.
haven't gotten data mine results
It will.
for what'll
Oh.
get these moves.
Now let's
Maybe
talk about an
they'll-
amazing move. A move that I personally like because it gives a pulse move a good chance. Terrain Pulse. Woohoo!
I feel like this is going to be really good. It finally gives you a reason to have a terrain mon other than them being good.
I think I really like it. I think it's cool.
Oh, for sure. I know
It's fun.
we were talking about this earlier with Shiv. Mega Blastoise is going to be nuts with a terrain mon because this is going to get boosted by Mega Launcher because it's a pulse move.
Yeah.
How much? So
You're gonna
I
have-
don't really know the logistics of this
All
move
right.
here.
So, Terrain Pulse by default is 50 base power, normal move. Same as
Okay.
Weather Ball, except it takes advantage of terrain, so it doubles to 100 and the type of terrain you're in. And
Wait, does
then,
it get the terrain stab?
yeah, of course it does.
Oh my! And then plus Mega.
And then you get Mega Launcher.
Show me your
So,
switch.
you're giving the monster that is Mega Blastoise more coverage. It's going to be great.
It's gonna be.
Then
It's gonna be
we
amazing.
also, hold up, we also have Clawitzer with it, which is going to make this
Clawitzer.
a nice low tier water type that can take advantage of your terrain too, if you don't want to hard commit to Mega Blastoise.
Love me
Which,
some
side note, I think Clawitzer is heavily underrated.
It's a really good mon that just doesn't get a lot of use. There's a
It's
lot
just
of better
got-
options. But
Yeah, it's got that middling speed tier, mediocre bulk, and it hits like a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for our last topic, whatever for the podcast,
We have a disappointing one.
we're ending on a really boring move. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about what is it? Skitter Smack.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
70 base power
yippee.
bug type move.
Oh,
And
It's
bug
the worst
types.
lunge.
And you know what's funny? Looking at the list, why do no bug types get it? Look at it. No bug types get this move.
I mean, there's
Hold on.
a good
I'm
amount
counting.
in there.
I'm counting.
Ninja.
1,
Ninja.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Alright.
6. It could be good on Scolipede if you don't want to miss Megahorn. That
It's 90% accuracy and weaker than
are you
X-Scissor.
kidding me? Never mind. Take that back. This move's useless. So can we just move?
No. It's not useless. But the only use of this move is bug coverage on mons that didn't get it over. So it's not
Okay.
going to get used a whole.
What's the secondary effect?
It drops the special attack instead of the attack.
Oh, so it's struggle bug, just stronger.
Yeah, basically.
Or it's the reverse lunge.
could be cool on like, I don't know, Sandaconda, maybe. I don't know.
I like it on Crocodile.
Crocodile's with this
Crocodile's
really good.
getting a lot of buffs with these moves.
It really is.
Crocodile I can't believe it was in tier 3 in PBL.
Yeah, that hurt my head.
Why?
Crocodile is like the definition of a tier 2.
It really
in my
is.
opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right.
My boy
so,
Grapple Locked got some coverage.
So
Still terrible, but-
J-Caps is like mentally and physically exhausted right now, so I think I'm gonna have to end it here, guys. I just want to say thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys still had a good time.
Had a great time.
I was talking to the viewers, but Drew, I'm so glad you did.
We were actually doing this episode just so you would get to join us, Drew.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Really?
No,
Fine.
no, but not at all. All right,
But
guys.
we're glad
Have a good
you were
day.
here.
Peace out.